Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to go over the vocabulary words and pictures for first grade journeys, lesson 9. So our anchor text is Dr. Seuss. And for this lesson, we're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to think about your answer. You're going to pair up with a partner at home, or you can be my virtual partner, and then you're going to share your answer in a complete sentence or sentences. For this lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper or journal page because you're going to write your numbers 1 to 10. So if you don't have a piece of paper and a pencil, push pause and get your materials and then write your numbers 1 to 10. And then when you're ready, push play. All right, so after you write all of your vocabulary or sight words 1 through 10, at the end of the lesson, I'm going to challenge you to rainbow write your words 1 to 2 more times. So in the third column, you can write your word again, or you can draw a quick picture or sketch to help you remember the word. So here is our learning target. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the biography, Dr. Seuss. Here's our other learning target. I can have a conversation with a partner about the vocabulary words and pictures. Success criteria. That means how will you know you're successful at using pictures and context clues to understand important words from Dr. Seuss? And how will you know you're successful about having a conversation or talking about the vocabulary words and pictures? Well, here are our steps to success. Number 1, I will look closely at each pair of pictures. Number 2, say what I notice or see. How are the pictures the same or similar? That's when we turn and talk. And then finally, or second to last, 3, we're going to read each word and its definition. And then your challenge is to write each word 2 to 3 more times and draw a picture for each. So let's go over our turn and talk rules. If you have a partner at home, you're eye to eye and knee to knee. First, one person talks, the other person listens. Then the next person talks and the other person listens. If you're my partner, make sure you listen to what I have to say. Then I want you to say your answer out loud. But if you have a partner, do not talk too long on your turn, or your partner will not have time to have a turn. I'm going to ask you 2 questions for each pair of pictures. What do you notice or see? And you're going to say, I notice or I see. And then I'm going to ask, how are they all the same or similar? And you're going to say, they both. You're going to tell me how the pictures are the same or similar. And you may agree with me or your partner, and you may say, I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, or I disagree with you. I disagree with you because, and tell me why. So here's our first 2 pictures. What do you notice or see? Well, in the first picture, I notice a boy is using his imagination and writing something down. And in the second picture, I notice someone must have wrote something down. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show write, W-R-I-T-E. So make sure for number 1, you write the word write, W-R-I-T-E, write. Make sure you write it for number 1, W-R-I-T-E. What does write mean? To draw letters and make them into words and sentences. To scribe, write. A synonym or a word that means the same would be draw letters and scribe. Here's our sentence. They write stories to read in class. They write stories to read in class. How do I use it? In first grade, Sarah learned to write her name. Can you write all the letters? So make sure you have number 1, write. And if I go too fast, you can always push pause, write your word, and then push play. Number 2, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a boy is reading a red book. In the second picture, I notice a person has a book in front of them. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show read. So for number 2, I want you to write the word read, R-E-A-D, read. Read means to look at letters and words and understand what they mean. Understand writing. So read means to look at letters and words and understand what they mean. Understand writing. So make sure you write the word read. A synonym or a short definition would be understand writing and what it means. Dad will read a book to us. How do I use it? Our teacher will read a story to us about snakes. What book will you read tonight? Number 3, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a collection of drawings or pictures. In the second picture, I notice some more drawings or characters. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show pictures. So write for number 3, picture, pictures, P-I-C-T-U-R-E-S, pictures, pictures. What are pictures? Drawings or photographs. A synonym or short definition or word that means the same would be drawings. Drawings are pictures. He is looking for some pictures of lions. How do I use it? The pictures show many farm animals. What are your favorite pictures in this book? Pictures. So make sure you write pictures for number 3. And again, if I go too fast, push pause, write the word, and then push play when you're ready. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice the boy is coloring or drawing. In the next picture, I notice it looks like someone's drawing a person. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? They both show draw. So for number 4, write draw, D-R-A-W, draw, D-R-A-W, draw. Draw means to make a picture with pencils, pens, crayons, or markers. A synonym could be make a picture, or a short definition, I should say. They all like to draw pictures. How do I use it? Wendy learned to draw better. What tools do you use to draw? What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I noticed that they want the clock to turn backwards or back in time. In the second picture, it's circled the word past, and the other words are present and future. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both show. Well, they both show was. Was. Write the word was. W-A-S. Was. W-A-S. Was. Was is a form of be. It means to be something in a time before now, in the past. So when you say, I was at school, that means you were already there in the past. So was tells you that something is in the past. It's not happening right now, and it's not going to be in the future. It already happened in the past. Was. Was a short definition, could be in the past. The animal book was very funny. How do I use it? The bright lamp was on. What was your favorite part of the movie? Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice something happened and then something happened later. So there's like an order of things, first and then. In the second picture, I notice first the girl plants a seed and waters it, and then in the second picture, the flowers grew, so there's some sort of order. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show, whoops, sorry about that, boys and girls. They both show after, after, A-F-T-E-R, after. So what happened after there was an egg? Out came a caterpillar. So after, what happened after the girl watered the plants? The plants grew. After, A-F-T-E-R, after. What does after mean? Following an event. After, following an event. So a synonym could be following. They will go to sleep after the story. They will go to sleep after the story. How do I use it? Eleanor cleans up after supper. What is your favorite thing to do after school? Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, I notice in the first picture, they have two thumbs up, so they must really like something. And in the second picture, the girl is hugging a book, so she must really love or like the book. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show hit, hit. So a hit means something that is a hit is liked or loved by many people. So if you say that was a real hit, that means someone liked it or loved it. It's a hit. H-I-T. It's not I can hit the ball with my baseball bat. It's a different type of hit. It's something that is loved or liked by many people. So it means something different than like I hit the ball with the baseball bat. So hit, make sure you write H-I-T. A synonym or a short definition could be liked or loved. That was a big hit. I really liked it, or I really loved it. So the book Cat in the Hat was a big hit. All right, next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice cat and hat. In the second picture, I notice smell and bell. So cat and hat, smell and bell. How are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Oh, they both show rhymes. So make sure you write rhymes, R-H-Y-M-E-S, rhymes, R-H-Y-M-E-S, rhymes. One rhyme, two rhymes. Rhymes are words that have the same middle and ending sounds. So cat has at and hat has at. So cat, hat, rhyme. Smell, bell have the same middle and ending sound because they belong to the L word family. A synonym or a short definition could be same middle and ending sounds. Dr. Seuss liked to write rhymes like yertle and turtle. So make sure you write rhymes for number 8. If you need to, push pause, write the word, and when you're done, push play. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a carnival or a fair, which is a fun place to be. And in the second picture, it looks like someone is laughing. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show amusement, like an amusement park. Amusement, this is a long word, so make sure you write it, Amusement. The root word is amuse, Amusement, amusement. So if the root word is amuse means you enjoy it. So if you do something for amusement, you do it for fun or your enjoyment, because amuse is almost the same as enjoy. Amusement. So a synonym could be enjoyment. You really enjoy something. Enjoyment, amusement. So make sure you write the word amusement for number 9. Dr. Seuss wrote stories and drew pictures for the amusement or enjoyment of children. All right, last pair of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, SpongeBob is in a box and he's using his imagination. He is using his creativity. So in the second picture, the boy has something coming out of his head, something maybe that he thought of that was creative. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show imaginative, which comes from the word imagine and imagination. Imaginative. So that's a big word. So make sure you write it for number 10. Imaginative. Imaginative comes from the word imagine. If you are imaginative, you are good at coming up with ideas, being creative, and picturing things in your mind. You're using your imagination. So a synonym could be creative. You create something from your imagination. So Dr. Seuss was an was imaginative to come up with so many funny characters. Imaginative. If you need to push pause, make sure you write the word imaginative and then push play when you're done and rejoin our lesson. So it's time to check your work. Make sure you wrote all 10 words correctly, because at the end of the lesson, your challenge is to write the words either one more time or two more times. You can write them one or two more times. If you write it one more time, you can draw a picture for the second time or not. It's up to you. So let's review our words. Number 1 is write, to draw letters and make them into words and sentences, to scribe. Number 2, read, to look at letters and words and understand what they mean, understand writing. 3 is pictures, drawings or photographs. 4 is draw, to make a picture with pencils, pens, crayons, or markers. Draw. Number 5 is was. Was is a form of be. It means to be something in a time before now, in the past. Oops. If you need to rewrite one of these words or you missed one, push pause, write your words from 1 through 5, and then push play when you're done. All right, number 6, after, following event, after. Number 7, hit. Something that is a hit is liked or loved by many people. Hit. Number 8, rhymes, words that have the same middle and ending sounds. Rhymes. Number 9, amusement. If you do something for amusement, you do it for fun. Amusement. And number 10, imaginative. If you are imaginative, you are good at coming up with ideas and picturing things in your mind. Imaginative. So if you missed any of these words, push pause, write the word you missed, and then when you're ready to join us, push play. So let's reflect on our learning target. What was it? I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the text or biography Dr. Seuss. Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily said how each pair of pictures were the same. Would you give yourself a 3? I was able to say how most of the picture pairs were the same. 2, I was able to say how some of the picture pairs were the same. Or 1, I was not able to say how any of the picture pairs were the same. How do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1? Write it on your paper. And then here's the end of our lesson. My challenge is to get your crayons or your pencil, and you can rainbow write your word 1 to 2 more times. So you could write it 1 more time, or you could write it 2 more times, or if you want to, you could draw a picture for each. Thank you, boys and girls, for writing and reading the vocabulary words with me. Have a great day.